rejected, has been voted against in the Senate to block the nominee as new head. I want to quickly go to a very special guest who's joining us, Senator Richard Shelby of Alabama. He is also, of course, a ranking Republican on the Senate Banking Committee. Senator, what is your immediate reaction, and why did the Senate block Richard Cordray today?
Well, my immediate reaction to the vote a few minutes ago is very positive, that the Republicans basically held together, and we made sure that this nominee, which would be heading up a structure that is very flawed and fundamentally unaccountable, doesn't go through right now. What we have proposed, though, on a positive level to the president are three changes that make a lot of sense, that I hope now that the president and the administration, other people in the administration would get back with us on, because we want to make officials, whether they're consumer bureau heads, whether they're regulators of banks, accountable. Look at what's going on right now with over in the House on the hearings. We need accountability from people who run companies. We need accountability from regulators who oversee these entities, like CFTC in this example.
Well, the concept behind the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was supposed to be creating some accountability and someone who was going to be looking out directly for the consumer. Is there a nominee that you would support as head of this agency?
Well, it's not about the nominee yet. It's about the structure of the consumer agency itself. That's what we're trying to change, and we've made those proposals to the president. If he will meet us on these, then we could get together, I'm sure, on a nominee. But until we do this, till we make this whole agency accountable to the Congress, to the American people, and everything else, and not just have unprecedented power, we're at a stalemate. We're going to stay put because we think this is best for the consumer in the long run.
Well, we do know that the president will be speaking at 11:30 about the Senate blocking his nominee to head this agency. There's the possibility of a recess appointment, a head that's named without the ability to vote on that position. How would that change how you practice?
Well, there hasn't been a recess appointment yet. The leadership of the House and the Senate can work together to keep us in some kind of pro forma session to block that. I hope that they will keep considering that. They've done an excellent job in the past.
Well, Senator, I'm glad to have you here today because there is a certain irony as well as we're talking about protection of consumers, because there are thousands of consumers who want their money back from MF Global, and they felt that the regulators, lawmakers, and the firm has failed to protect them and their accounts. How do you respond to those who have lost their money right now?
Well, first of all, they're absolutely right. The regulators, CFTC was the regulator over this, they have failed them, utterly failed them. And then the chairman of the CFTC says, oh, I need to recuse myself in all of this, in the heat of all this. What we want to know is what happened. I asked him this the other day, where's the money? What's happened to the people's money? Nobody knows yet.
You asked Corzine this?
No, I asked Gensler that, who's the chairman of the regulator. And he said he didn't know, basically. They don't know where the money is. $1.2 billion missing. This is not consumer protection. This is regulators not doing their work, not being responsible, not being accountable.
Well, sir, you, as we know, headed the Banking Committee for some time, and Senator Corzine served on that committee. I mean, from your knowledge of him, is this kind of risk-taking characteristic? Well,
I have never worked with Senator Corzine side by side when he was making investments, but obviously a lot of the investment that they made there went in the wrong direction. But more than that, there's been no accountability by the regulator that's supposed to have overseen this firm. They hadn't done their job. That's what we've been talking about. They've got to do their job to protect the consumer, the people who invest.
Senator, we got to take a real quick break. Stay with us. Stay with us.